I prefer two, but I'm very confident we'll bring at least one. Now, even the injuries to the backline, Saliba out yesterday, and Arteta confirming that he might not be back as soon as we are hoping. So a lot of injuries this season. We saw it Liverpool a few seasons ago when they had a lot of injuries. They dropped out of the top four. So as much as it's easy to pile on Mikel Arteta and the Kroenkes, the misfortunes of this season of injuries and suspensions and red cards, you have to factor that in a bit in your analysis. You have to. You have to. I'm not going to be gaslit by the mainstream media who are just there to sensationalize. Welcome and welcome to the present. I know a lot of us are actually still upset from yesterday's lackluster draw against Aston Villa. After taking a 2-goal lead, we surrendered and bottled our lead to Aston Villa. It's not the first time we've seen this kind of performance and bottling from winning position and lose and drawing games. Is not good enough. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty of yesterday's game and subsequent games and looking at the antecedent of this kind of games, do me that kind favor. Even though I know a lot of you are upset, please like the video, please subscribe if you're new here, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. One more time, please like the video. You done that? Please subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Looking at the picture on the screen, the man is broken. Now, I'm not here to be pro Arteta or anti Arteta. You can see the man is broken. The narrative that Arteta doesn't want to sign players, why did it take it this long, is his fault, is not totally true. There's no manager on earth, club manager, even that signs player with their money. It's the club that needs to provide the funds to sign players. Now, does he have influence on what caliber of player, quality of player to sign? Yes. But when people are saying Arteta doesn't want to sign, it's been 20 days in transfer window, we've not signed any player to come and supplement and help, especially in the attacking phase of our team. It's not totally true. We're emotional, we're angry, but in your anger, emotionality, can you be a little bit rational? Arteta does not sign players with his money. It's a club that provides the funds. Are we clear on that? Now, we can argue that the squad composition for this season was absolutely shambolic. And sometimes most of this analysis is coming from hindsight. I understand a lot of us were shouting, oh, the summer transfer window wasn't good enough. And I was like, it's not as bad as it is at that time. At that time, it don't look as bad as it is. Now, right now, we've seen that Moreno will never be good enough for this league because not because he's not a good player, but doesn't have the legs for this league. I say insist. Moreno is a good player. He can be a good player, but you cannot acclimatize to certain environment. He does not have the legs, the lungs, the endurance, the intensity to play in this league. Moreno is a good player. He has to go back to Spain. That's a bad signing in analyzing hindsight. But that time, you can't tell me you knew it's going to be a flop and that's be a flop. You're just predicting and you are just lucky that your predictions came true. Not that you were this analytical person. Let's not do that. Now that for Calofiri is looking like a bad sign in terms of he can't stay fit. But in terms of quality, we know he's a quality player, just like he can't stay fit. That's the problem. And I'm not going to subscribe to the fact that he's not a good left back. That's a lie. Now he can be clumsy here and there. He's still 22. He's a young player who will still develop. I just think that Arteta needs to stop this madness. Him and people like to do about playing center halves as left backs. Their body mass and their legs. These players will keep getting injured because left backs or full backs should have a certain type of physiology. So I'm not going to agree that Calafrio is a bad signing yet. I understand you want to put it in that bracket because of availability, and I understand, but in total, it's not. We know Raheem Sterling is a total disaster. A lot of us didn't want him, but was like, okay, let's see what he can do because it was the last signing we made in transfer window. One couldn't get other targets. So as much as we are reeling from the fact that the consequences of a bad summer in hindsight has affected our team. These are the consequences. The team has stagnated a bit, and there have been massive injuries. This is not me providing excuses being a defense guard for Arteta. These are logical, sensible reasons. Tomiyasu, unfortunately, good player, injury prone. Ben White has been out since November or December. Had a surgery. We had what's his name? Odegaard out for a few months. And look at the midfield. We let go of Lokonga, Smith Rowe, and Fabio Vieira, and we did not bring in players for them. As much as a lot of us don't rate Edin Ketia, he was part of the squad last season. He did here and there. I still don't rate him, but did we replace Edin Ketia? No. These are where you can say Arteta got it wrong too, because he's part of the squad composition, him and Edu and the Kroenkes. This man is broken. This man is broken. You cannot tell me he doesn't want to bring in players, at least for this January transfer. He's been saying it in the most respectful way in press conferences. See, you can't come out and admonish or call out your owners publicly. He can't do that. See, if you're expecting him to call out the Kroenkes publicly, you've lost your mind. No matter what your grievances, you don't call out your bosses in the open. You don't do that, because a lot of you are saying he's defending the Kroenkes, he's been an advocate for the Kroenkes. He's an employee of the Kroenkes. What do you expect? Common sense. Let's not virtue signal because things are not going great. I'm not here to defend the Kroenkes or Arteta, even the players. Some of the players should be held responsible for the poor performances they're putting in. Odegaard too, he has been poor this season in comparison to what he has given us in the past. So as much as we are suffering as Arsenal fans, it's going to be painful that Liverpool are going to win the league. Even a miracle cannot cut it for Arsenal at this moment. Liverpool are going to win it. We're still going to draw points. I just hope we remain in the top four. We don't fall out of the top four. That's my only prayer. And I think we'll still bring in an attacking player, at least one. I understand it's been 20 days in the transfer window. We are seeing the Man City bring in players, and we are yet to bring in any players for now because the mandate for the summer is annoying based on the fact that the squad is on his knees. The squad is bare thin. This is not solely Mikel Arteta's fault. This is not. Look at the man's eyes, man. You can see the man is in pain. And I understand the Kroenkes trying to be careful not to overspend their businessmen here and there. So we have to be a little bit patient. We have to be reasonable. Just because we are desperate, we can't go in and bring in the wrong quality of players, right? Hang on. We can't go and bring in the wrong quality of players because we are desperate. So it's going to take a while. We have to. I'm very confident we'll bring in at least one. I prefer two, but I'm very confident we'll bring at least one. Now, even the injuries to the backline, Saliba out yesterday, and Arteta confirming that he might not be back as soon as we are hoping. So a lot of injuries this season. We saw it Liverpool a few seasons ago when they had a lot of injuries. They dropped out of the top four. So as much as it's easy to pile on Mikel Arteta and the Kroenkes, the misfortunes of this season of injuries and suspensions and red cards, you have to factor that in a bit in your analysis. You have to. You have to. I'm not going to be gaslit by the mainstream media who are just there to sensationalize a lot of things. It's not about the truth. See, the media is not about the truth, right? You have to figure it out. It's not about what's fair. It's about what brings the clicks, the likes, the engagement. So for the reasonable ones, let's be a little bit, rein it in, be introspective before we make certain pronouncements. So the club is broken at the moment. Arteta is broken. Let's find a way not to fall out of the top four. Let's salvage the remnants of this season, because it will be disastrous if Arsenal fall out of the top four. As much as all of you are screaming Arteta out, Arteta in, see, it will be more disastrous for us to fall out of the top four. Let's find a way to bond together as fans, and let us keep supporting the team, and let's remain in top four. Then somehow, let's see how we can revamp this squad. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video if you're new here. Please subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And if you're new here, please subscribe. And make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, you are allowed to have your opinion. I understand whether you're Arteta in or not. I understand. But let's be introspective. Let's be reasonable. And let's be sensible. It's doom and gloom right now, but things can change. Like the video. One more time, subscribe. And all those jazz. I'll see you guys next one. Bye for now.